Okay, it's February 26th, and I just wanted to give you a kind of overview of how the day actually unfolded and what went on throughout the day. Now, at first, you're going to look at this and you're going to go, wow, you have a lot of lines on there. Maybe that's what you're going to think. I'm not entirely sure what you're going to think. But I will tell you that not all of the levels are created equally, so understanding how to use them. So first of all, anything dotted is from a previous day, and we're just keeping it there because it is helpful for me. So this was dotted, that's dotted, that's dotted. Those are going to be less important than anything that I am drawing in on the day or anything that the market is giving us on the current day. So that's kind of first things first. So here's the open. So the open is actually this candle is the open. And it opened and it hit 08. And now that green line, I wanted to show you something. So you see where some of these green lines are coming from? You see the beginning of the day right here. And you see some of these levels are drawn in during from the previous day or at the beginning of the day, and that they start right here. And then some of the levels are intraday levels that we're getting from today. And you can see those are starting at, this is random at the times that they're starting, but you can just see the point is some of them begin at the beginning of the day at Globex, and some of them are intraday levels. Now, there's really two levels, and I'm working on getting this all color coded and making it a little bit more visually aesthetic so that you can look at it and say, okay. But basically, what you're going to notice is if you take this high at 08, and so that this line right here, and you can see we have two lines right here. They're just a tick apart from each other, but I want to have both of them because they both are generated differently and they mean different things. But they're both useful for me to have. And then I want to go down to this low right here, and that's going to give me, this is basically my starting range, 82.5. Actually, we had 11, so up to 11. So I was wrong. We actually, this right here, 11. So 11 to 82.5. That's basically my opening range. So here, so just so we can see that. So my opening range is here down to here. That's what I'm looking at. That's my beginning range for the day. If it trades it could trade above that, it could trade below that, but that's my beginning, that's my range for the day. So 11 to 82.5. So that means if I'm in a range and I'm up towards the top at 11, then I'd probably want to start selling because there's more room for the market to move down. And we had a slight sell side bias today anyway, and even more sell side bias once they broke 82.5. So we actually had somebody brand new do this trade off of 07.75 because they knew that made sense. First day trading this and getting short up there. So that was a great trade. Good job on that one. So let me just show you, and you know, a little bit of it you just kind of have to take my word that what I'm telling you, this OA is kind of the first. Let me just show you where that came from. If you see this purple line, I told you these are levels generated by today. So if you see what I just did here, all I did is I have my fib tool set to 100% extension. I'll just do it like this so you can see. I'm just going to highlight the difference between the purple to the green. That's all I did, the purple to the green. And then I'm just going to move that up here to the top of green. And what you'll see is we end up getting the high of the day right there. So that's the very beginning part of the range. If it can't break up above that, then there is no chance for the market to break down below it. And we can do the same thing on the other side, which gives us this level down here at 84. And if they can't break 84, then no shot that we're going to get above that. Now, let me show you the one other thing. We can measure from purple to yellow and go down here. And here's the purple line down to here. That's 82.50. So there's our starting range for the day. What you can see is they clearly broke 82.50. And I'm going to show you just a couple of things of. Now, here's the reality. I was not here in the morning. We certainly didn't miss a lot. I don't miss a lot of mornings, but this morning I was not here. And I ended up coming in when the market was trading right around here. And I'm going to show you, we have a private Discord. And let me just show you what that, we have a Discord for anyone that's, so let me just show you the time. So at 10:35 Pacific time, that's right here at 10:35 Pacific time. You can see that on my correlating on my chart. I said I don't have anything lower than, let me see if I can get this in here, like, oh, no. There we go. I said I don't have anything lower than 8250 on today. So if that breaks, probably see 5060 or more, meaning lower. And then I said I have these prices at 75 3/4 and 73 half. And then a big gap down to 55. But really nothing. So here's the problem with today. The market did not give us anything for today below this 8250. So that makes it a little bit tricky. And you tell me if you think it's coincidental when we see how the day unfolded. Only thing I'm skeptical about is NQ is still pretty strong. So this is breaking down here below 8250, and I'm saying I don't really know because NQ is breaking down. I said it's hard to have a huge sell-off when NQ is still above the regular trading hours low of the day. So NQ is not like this monster sell-off. And then you can see here at 10:51 Pacific time, I said ES could make sense for a sell off purple at 92. That's right here. That was on the way up here. I said that at 10:51. That's over here. So that was, this candle had opened and it was moving up here. I said it could make sense to sell off purple. The high here was 93 half, so it probed purple by 6 ticks. I said, but maybe just a scalp. And if 92 doesn't hold, we could see 94 or 95. But anything lower, but for anything lower, meaning if the market is going to move lower, we don't want to see over 95, over 4,095. Again, not overly weak right now. Okay? So I just want to show you so that that's really, really clear and really well mapped out that what we're looking for. So the market then traded up here to 93 half. And I just want to show you once it hit, I just want to show you the comment I had. I said in the room after that happened, I said, this is not a great reaction. Also, holding to the tick would be much better. If all the selling we see is 86.50 and they can't get below that, we're back into the same range. Okay? So let me just show you. That is not what we're looking for. There we go. So it came up here. I didn't like that it probed all the way through there, and then it came back down. This green line is 86.50. They probed it by 4 ticks, and then it came back up, and the high right here is 94 3/4. 1 tick away from 95, which I said we wouldn't want to see over 95. They came back and tested purple again right here. They came back and tested again right here at 93 3/4. Just 1 tick in front of 94. I said 94, 95. I knew we had both those levels. They're not on this chart. They're on another chart, and I'm not going to get all in the weeds about that. But the point is that it held to within 1 tick of what we said needed to hold for lower. And then notice how it kind of chopped around. It really didn't get anywhere. These were all just a bunch of scalps, basically. And then finally held here. And then at the end of the day, the last candle of RTH finally broke lower and got a new low of the day. And then the market started to move down here. And they just sort of ran out of time. So that's kind of how that went. Let me tell you what I did. I got long right here off of this 84 quarter level. It came down, it held that to the tick just for a move up to here in front of 89. So not a big move, like 4.5 points, something like that, because I'm usually going a tick or two in front of the level. I went a tick in front here. So tick or two in front of the level, 4.5 points on that. And then when this came back down here, NASDAQ was actually hitting right on its level. that I wanted to be a buyer. And so if you look right here, this is at 11:15 Pacific time, and I'm going to show you what I did on NASDAQ on this chart right here. So here's NASDAQ. Again, don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot going on the chart, but that really doesn't matter all that much. What you can see is that these solid green lines are holding. There's so many opportunities off of that. This is why I keep these old purple lines on here or old green lines on. But look how many opportunities. You could have bought yellow. You could have bought it here. You could have bought it here. You could have bought it. Could have bought green or purple here. Could have bought yellow here, but it already tested it right there, so it makes sense that it comes in here. Resets, comes back. Could have bought it here. There's buys off of here, buys off of here. Now, there's a bit of an art to knowing when do you want to trade what level, but then it breaks above here, comes back to yellow, comes up here, comes back to yellow, comes up here, comes back to green, holds yellow, falls, and where does it go? It goes to the purple line, which is a level that we have for today. So there we have that. So that is what we're looking at on the day here. So we have market finally ends up falling down to here. So where did I trade this? At 11:15. Where am I? Right here. See how the mark came back and hit this yellow line? The line's at 06.5 and the low is 3 ticks below that. So I bought it right here at like 07.5, and I think is where my order was. So I got in at 07.5 and it moved. I just got up to here. So it was like a 17 or 18 point trade. Not anything monster, but I'd already had a pretty good, I already had a pretty nice trade on the NASDAQ, and I had pretty decent size on this trade, so I was happy to just get it back to that green line, and I also needed to leave, so I didn't have a lot of time to sit around and watch it. But that's basically it in a nutshell. So a lot cleaner. We have these other charts. This is where those other levels came from, by the way, that I was posting in the room. But you can see there's some room here. We'll see how this goes overnight, but there's some room here. It's kind of crazy when you look at this thing with prediction points. This is those are the only prediction points. There's no prediction points in where the market traded today. It's really crazy. So that really doesn't happen very often. But down to here is not out of the question at all. But again, it's not overly weak. There's no for sure target on anything, so don't misconstrue anything I'm saying for that. We're going to have to be very flexible, and we'll see how the overnight trading goes, and hopefully we'll have a much better picture in the morning. But I just wanted you to see that you can map it out, and you can see, we can follow along. Even if you waited all day and you waited for that break and you said, okay, great, now I'm going to sell, and we get a move down, we get that move off of here. Okay, great. Wait for that if you need to. So there's a lot of opportunities for 5 to 10 point scalps today, even on a day like this. So that's today, and I'll try to get some more of these out to you. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're doing in the room. If you're interested in being in the room, you can just reply back to this email, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you and just see if it's something that would be a fit for you, or even if you're interested in some kind of one-on-one work or something, we can talk about that. I don't have a lot of openings for that, but it's something we could discuss if it's a really good fit. So anyway, if you're not killing it, come be in the room with us, and let's change that. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon.